Fellas, the time is finally here, man. Today, we are doing the road to glory of an underdog. I ain't even gonna hold y'all boys. I don't know what I'm finna get myself into, but I'm a halfback, power back, and boy, we finna work our way up. First and foremost, you have to know that I've retired the Badookie family in the revamped, so we're gonna start a whole new generation. And guess what? This right here is CAGE Badookie. Finna show y'all boys start to finish of how I hooked this boy up. He's sitting at 6'1", 240. That is a load coming at you, and you better get out of the way because he will boom over you. I'm just gonna send past all of this and show y'all boys the ending because I know y'all really don't want to see this, but boy, just look at that drip from CAGE Badookie, and man, you gotta wear a net pad if you're a Badookie. Come on, EA. I don't know who y'all thought Badookie was, but he is not no 60 overall, so I'm gonna prove you wrong. But let's get into this thing. I got my first message, and it said, "Hello, CAGE. I'm a local reporter covering your college decision. I've got a few questions. Which of these is most important to you as you're weighing your options?" I kept it real confident. I said, find a program that would develop me. She gonna text back and say, "I see. If you see, then why'd you text me?" But I told her I'm just trying to find a school in a fun area. But out of all of these schools, man, CAGE Badookie will commit to Army. He is halfback 4, but he's gonna work his way up. But after everything happened, I get a text from Coach, and he said how I'm feeling. I said, "Coach, I'm feeling like I need to play early." Straight up. Going into the first practice was more of a skill thing, and EA, I'm really loving this. It said evade the defenders and score as many touchdowns as possible. So let's get it. CAGE Badookie hits that middle juke. Oh man, spin move, juke again, and man, he took it in for 6 to start it off. And oh man, he will bounce it outside with a sweet play. A hurdle. Oh man, get off of me. Y'all boys are not on my level. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all boys one thing. That hurdle right there is gonna be my go-to move. But hitting that hole again, oh man, juking and weaving and spin moving, that might be the greatest run in history. CAGE Badookie is not here to play. He's gonna earn these skill points, even though I got a bronze. Oh man, I about hurdle both of them. Man, we're moving up, but EA is gonna make me work for that position battle. I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys. Keeping my grades up, also keeping my leadership up, and my training up with my health. Boy, we are not here to play. We have to work. And that's one thing about these Badookies. We're gonna work. That's why we're always an underdog. But absolutely, getting a text message from my halfback. He said I tend to oversleep. So I said, I'll make sure to do that. I'll wake you up. But guess what? I'm the type of player to betray you. I'm not gonna wake you up, and I got sabotaged. And guess what? That gave me some skill points. I got all the first team reps. But absolutely, going into our first game, man, Army, oh man, this was the beautiful... Hey man, this was the best walkout I ever seen in my life. Hey, college football, I'm glad to be back because this is beautiful. But absolutely, seeing us come out of that tunnel, man, it was just a great game. But guess what? It was also a great game to sit on the bench the whole game. I'm talking about I'm watching game after game after game. Y'all boys don't understand. Look, we go on to win that first game, but guess what? The second game, I sat back on the bench. This is what it feels like to be an underdog. You come in, you absolutely ride the bench and watch your teammates play. So I said, you know what, bro? I worked my butt off in practice, but it didn't mean nothing. We went 4-8, and I still failed to get a rep on the field, bro. And I'm over here thinking like, dang, are these Badookies this year trash? And I'm not gonna lie, the transfer portal was an option for me too. I wanted to leave, but I was gonna be on the bench either way. But going into the next practice of the next season, I got redshirt in my freshman season since I didn't even touch the field. Oh man, hurdling over him and going all the way. Man, I came out intense. I said, this year, bro, I'm getting on that field. Spin move, and he could, and he would go all the way 4-6, and oh man, hitting that hole again. Oh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna bounce it outside, and he could with the speed that he has. Man, they're sleeping on me. But as you all see, I didn't give up. I was gonna keep working day by day, upgrading my skills and making sure that I show coach that he needs to put me on that field. Going into our first game of that sophomore season, which I'm a redshirt, so I'm really a freshman, I absolutely go right back to the bench. And I'm talking about just sitting on the bench. I got tired of it, man. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do all of us a favor. But look at that. Aced all my grades. But guess what? I said I was over it. I absolutely didn't touch the field again my sophomore season. So I will transfer. And guess what I will be committing to? I will sign with Troy. And they gave me the position at halfback 2. But guess what? Things get better. Well, I lied. Things get worse. How am I challenging the halfback number 3? How is this possible if I signed the deal to be halfback 2? They betrayed me. I signed the deal and they absolutely said, you are halfback halfback number 4, and you have to work your way up here at Troy. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give him no reason to not put me on that field. So I said, you know what? I'm going to absolutely go out there and show out. Absolutely going through all the skill drills. And just look at this, man. I'm looking beautiful. Get in, get out. That's the drill, man. You got to get in, go get that thing, and get right out. And guess what? I'm going to go all the way back around that circle, get in, and we go get out of that thing. And guess what? Go get it, go get it. No, sir. We got 9 seconds left, and can he get it? He will go in. Oh, man, he faked him out. Guess what? I'm going to go get it. Major miss, but they absolutely bring me down. But with this right here being the last drill, I said I'm going to go get that stamina. Absolutely got 500 points, so I'm going to make him look like a fool. I tried to get him hit by that moving thing, but spin move absolutely said I'm going to get some more stamina because I'm running out and I'm getting tired out here, and I will go get that last 500 to make it 1,500. And I said, well, let me do a little bit more. I tried to go get that stamina hurdle. Oh, man, they're both coming after me now, and I'm not going to lie. He's going to hawk me down. He got it, bro. You got it, bro. You got it. But guess what? I won the position battle. Let's get it. Going into our first game of the season against South Alabama, I'm kind of expected to see that field, but I'm halfback number 3, so I kind of got to accept the fact that I got to get the halfback 2 if I ever want to see that field. So guess what? I didn't see the field. We go on to lose the first game, and I was kind of happy because guess what? I'm challenging halfback 2 the next practice to take his spot. So let's go. 5, 4. Oh, man, go get another one. 3, 2, and man, this is right here what you call reaction, and man, look at that. Oh, straight up the hole. Oh, hurdle. Oh, man, absolutely won that one easily. Going into my next drill in practice, it's evade the defender. So this was easy, man. They just gave me a sweep play, and you know where CAGE Badookie will do with it. He will, and he could hurdle. Oh, man, he just did that for skill. Oh, that was just beautiful. But the last one, I said, I'm going to go get him in and out. What did I tell y'all, boys? We in and out of this thing. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get them boys to come. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, made a miss. Guess what? We back in that thing. Let's go, let's go, let's go. He will, and he could get another one. We got 14 time remaining, and I will get hit. But guess what? Still won the position battle. I'm now halfback number 2. So let's go into our next game against Mississippi State. Let's see if we gonna touch that field. And yes, sir, we do. He will absolutely get in, but they put him at the slot. This is not my position, coach. But absolutely in that slot position, I will. Oh man, look at that route. I will catch that ball out of the backfield, and man, I got filmed. But absolutely running a slant route, I caught it. I almost dropped the ball. They said, let's run a no huddle. I said, man, let's get in that end zone. Come on. I ran a little stutter rapping. Oh man, I dropped the ball. But guess what? We will absolutely lose another game. In school, it's kind of out of the window. It's not football, baby. I'm halfback number 2, still getting some reps in that next game against Sam Houston, man. I'm out there blocking. But in the slot, I had a delay fade. I catch that ball. Oh man, I could get that first down. I got boomed into it. But man, running another route, I catch an out route and get the first down. Dave, this might be my secondary position, catching another first down and breaking tackles. But it takes 2 to get me down with a little stutter step. I said, and absolutely get up that field with bad intentions. But guess what? On 1st and 10, I filmed him and said, get back up, I dare you. Going into the next play, on 4th and 4, I'm not gonna lie, I about did the craziest thing in history. I about caught it from my feet. But absolutely on 1st and goal, I tried to make a block, but we were going for 6, and I muscled up on them boys. We will go on and lose another game. I need to be halfback 1. It's like I spoke it into existence. I am now challenging the halfback number 1. So going into my position battle, I will absolutely hit the hole, and I could, and I would. I about hurdled that boy. I should have did it, but oh man, look at that reading skill. I said, oh man, run him over. Absolutely. 5, 4, let's go get it. 3, let's go. Come on, come on. 2, and let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. He could, and he would go all the way to the crib, man. That is the best drill in history, man. I'm gonna show y'all boys how I do it. In and out. Let's get up out of there. Let's get up out of there. Let's bring them boys in. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get up out of there. We could, and we would go in the middle and get it. Come on, get out of there. Y'all boys are stopped, but let's go get another one. Come on, come on, come on. Get them boys out. Get them boys out. Yes, sir. We're going straight back to the middle. He could and he would get in, and he's going to get back out of there. Oh, man. CAGE Badookie gets another one, and he could get another one. And guess what? He said he had no more time left, but he is now the number 1 running back on the depth chart. If you take that underdog route, this is what it feels like. I absolutely had 2 seasons of not even touching that field in my junior year. 4th game, I am touching the field. Finally, absolutely going into our next game against Clemson. I hit it outside and I tried to outrun him as much as I can, but he brought me down. But I went right back to that sideline. I don't know why coach took me out that game and I'm the #1 running back, but it's 21-7 and I'm out there trying to find a block, but I didn't block anyone. But catching the ball out of the backfield, oh man, spin move and I about broke loose, but they are rallying the ball, but hitting that hole, oh man, I hurdled over him. You are not on my level, but hitting the hole, man, look at the vision. My vision is getting way better, but we get whooped 68-21. Going into our next game against Louisiana, I absolutely catch it out of that backfield, and man, I said one-on-one hurdle. I went up on that boy and said, you not on my level, boy. But on 2nd and 4, we had an RPO, and man, I'm out there trying to block, but I went right to the bench for some reason, and on 1st and 10, I could hit the whole hurdle up. Oh man, he could and he would go for more yards, but hitting the run again, I had an inside run and I hit it right outside, and man, I got pushed out of bounds. I told them, boy, it's gonna be a long night. It's 30-21 and we haven't got our first win yet. Oh yeah, this is the game we will. In my first career touchdown, I hit them boys with that right there, man, and I was turned up out there. But going for the 2-point conversion, I hurdle in again, and on 1st and 10, I could, and I would hit it outside. I got one man to beat. You know I'm gonna go up every time and hurdle that boy. But guess what, man? I absolutely had a terrific, beautiful game, man. I balled out with 2 total TDs, 99 rushing yards, and 10 rushing attempts. Going into our next game against Arkansas State, oh man, look how I hit that hole with a burst of speed. He could and he would go up, and man, he about broke his back. Boy, that was terrific early on, man. That was beautiful, but man, he about hurt himself. But with them absolutely sacking the QB, that was kind of on me. I didn't lay a good enough block, but man, I will hit it outside. CAGE Badookie muscles up and takes it for 6. Going into the next play, on 1st and 10, I catch that ball out of the backfield, and man, I could and I would have got 2 people to beat, and I will hurdle up, and man, I took ACMC out. That kind of hurts, but absolutely spin move. I am toting that rock today. Oh man, CAGE Badookie is in for a good one. He catches the ball out of the backfield. He could bend the corner, got one man to beat, hurdles up, but man, they are taking me down low. They are trying to hurt me. Absolutely breaking a tackle. He could and he would go all the way for 6. Oh man, I was 2nd and 7. He has one man to me that's gonna get disrespectful. I tried to hurdle up. It didn't even go as planned, but we will go on and win the ball game as CAGE has 124-yard rushing and absolutely 2 total TDs. Going into our next game against Georgia Southern, oh man, on 1st and 10, I bounced that ball outside, and you should have known it was gonna get serious when I started off like that. I got up and said, first down, let's get it. On 1st and 10, I run it straight up that middle again, and man, I could hurdle over him, and that is gonna be my favorite move. I'm not here to play with anyone. Bouncing it outside, man, hurdling up, and man, getting yards every time I touch that rock. But oh man, I could and I would juke. Oh man, I made a miss, and he could look back at him and say, where are you at? I'm gone all the way for 6. CAGE Badookie is not here to play with anyone. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, oh man, spin move made both of them miss, and he could and he would go in for 6 and said, it's in my blood. But absolutely bounces it outside again for the last touchdown of the game, man. This boy had a heck of a game, man. Absolutely went insane with player of the game with 221 rushing yards, 15 rushing attempts, and 3 total TDs. After a great game last week, going into our next game against Southern Mississippi, oh man, spin move. Oh, he could get up that field hurdle, and oh man, this kid is crazy. He's not here to play with anyone. And my teammate said, man, why you doing like that? I said, because I'm a dog. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I bounce it back outside with the speed. I got, you know what I'm going to do one-on-one, but he took it. Hey, he took ACMCLI. He took advantage of that, but man, I was juking and weaving to get some yards. But going into the next play on 2nd and 1, I will hurdle up, put that ball in that end zone, because I'm not here to play. And y'all know what I did, my dance right there. Yes, sir. But going into the next play, it's 16-0, man. We're going to blow them out. I absolutely looked back at him and said, are you going to catch up or what? Because I'm gone. And he could and he would say, it's in my blood. That boy is not here to play. It's 23-6, and man, hitting it up the middle, juking and weaving. They cannot stop him. But it's now 30-6, and I hit it up the middle. I spin outside, I could break one tackle, and I got one man to beat. I lowered my shoulder because I wanted to beam over him. But absolutely going in with another touchdown, man. I was fired up as my teammates hyped me up every game. 238 rushing yards, 18 rushing attempts, and 3 total TDs, man. This is impressive. A message from a reporter. He texted me and said, Troy's on a big win streak. And I said, with all due respect, all of this winning is because of me. I've been humble for too long. On Going into our next game against Texas State. Oh man, I started the game off juke. Oh man, made a miss and went up, hurdled him and could, and I would break a tackle for 6, and man, that's how you do it. But going into the next play, spin move, oh you hurdled. Oh man, I did him like that, man. That was so beautiful, and I could, and I would go all the way for 6, and I say, hey man, I'm just that guy. CAGE BADOOKIE will be Heisman. I'm not here to play. But on 1st and 10, bouncing it outside, spin move, and oh man, running through him, because boy, you better get out my way. But absolutely coming straight up the middle. I'm trying to get another hurdle like earlier, because I was in the air. Oh man. But on 1st and 10, I'm toting that rock. But on 1st and 10, oh, I will bounce it outside. Oh, made a miss. Boy, that footwork is amazing. And that's why I should have been started from day one. But guess what? I'm an underdog. They will always know that. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm an underdog. You hear what I'm saying, man? I get player of the game with 3 total TDs. Into our next game against Georgia State. Oh man, I didn't know what to do, so I spin moved and they hit me behind the line of the scrimmage, man. I got jittered early on, but the wide receiver catches the ball, and he could, and he would take it for 6 early on in the game, but on 1st and 10, I will bounce it outside. Oh yeah, I have 1 man to beat. I will hurdle up. Oh man, he's my son. Yes, sir. Hurdle up again, but he wasn't going for it. I said, guess what? I'm going to run that ball outside, and I'm just going to hit you with the speed. And he could, and he would hurdle up, and man, he about got missing, but he hits that hole. Oh, he will find a crease. CAGE BADOOKIE could, and he would showboat. Why would he do that? He stiff arms him because he got caught, but we go on to win 45-0. Into our next game against Missouri. It's time to knock them off. Juking and weaving. Oh man, his footwork is amazing and hurdling up. Man, this kid is crazy, but absolutely CAGE hurdling up again, man. If you just ask me, man, I should have been starting Army. You should have gave me a chance. I went 2 years to Army and didn't even get to play. Not one snap. You all didn't even put me on the field. Now, I promise you, after this year, every team on there will want CAGE BADOOKIE. But it's 20-3, and I would just outrun him with the speed that I have, and I could, and I would hurdle up. Oh, man. But going into the next play, straight up the middle, he could, and he would break all the way for 6, and oh man, he said, you want the ball? Come have it. Come get me. How about that one? But absolutely winning 37-6. CAGE BADOOKIE ends the game off with 1 total TD. Man, CAGE BADOOKIE absolutely came in this program and took over. Ever since he came in this program, we have won every game. Going into this next game against UL Monroe, and man, he broke 3 tackles to get to the end zone and jump like Superman. That boy's incredible. Going into our next play on 1st and 10, it's 22-17, and man, I knew I wanted to hurdle up before I even seen it, but it just didn't happen. But hitting the outside, it's 25-20, and I could, and I would look back at him and say, you're too slow, bro. But absolutely went for 6, and man, we were going to win the game. I didn't have a so good game, but 216 rushing yards and 2 total TDs. But man, after a great championship game, we have gotten invited to play in the Sun Belt Championship game against Marshall, and man, CAGE BADOOKIE absolutely ran the ball, hurdling, got hit as hard as he could, hurdled over him and almost broke a tackle to go in for 6. But going into the next play, he spin moves, and he could, and he would. Oh man, they got him, man. They got lucky, boy. He about broke, but absolutely hurdling over him and almost breaking tackles, man. He's absolutely coming out here intense, but man, getting that 1st down and a little bit more. We're losing by 1 point, so he has to step it up, but look at that juke move as he gets the 1st down, but getting sent to the bench. With only 6 minutes left in the game, on 3rd and 3, I hit it right up the middle, and man, I about broke loose again. It's 22-10, so let me just put the icing on the cake, man. Juke, weave, oh man, I get brought down. I didn't have a great game at all, but we will win that Sun Belt Championship, and man, we brought it back home. And guess what? I say CAGE BADOOKIE made all of this possible because the great season that he had. He was the best running back, all Sun Belt. He absolutely went in the conference and took over, absolutely got 1st team All-American, but things got serious. He has entered the transfer portal again, and he's going to choose a new home because he wants to play for a bigger program. But drop in the comments down below, where do you think CAGE BADOOKIE is going to fit best?